Okay, so hi everyone. Glad to see you here at the World Coaching Forum. And I checked the timetable. You have a lot of interesting conversations and speaking sessions with the coaches. But my presentation would be a little bit different. I would not focus on some special coaching techniques, but I would tell you about the coaching services all around the world. These services may help you to find the proper coach or help with some of the things which you want to implement in your life, for example, some habits or mindful practice and so on. And I will compare them a little bit and tell you about the new service which me and my team are developing right now. So if you're will be interested in participation and the creating of this new service, I would be also happy to share with you more information after the forum. And I'll share my screen to show you the services. Just a second. Can you see the Coach Hub page right now?
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Okay, great. So let me make it full size. Okay, so Coach Hub is one of the biggest coaching services in Europe. And just a couple of months ago, they acquired Move On, which was another big coaching service from France. And now this is the real hub for all the coaches in Europe. What they do, they provide digital coaching for companies. Yeah, so I'm sure you know some of them like Danone, Esprit, BNP, JTI. And the thing is that what they help to do is they help to increase the productivity of the employees by adding measurable, scalable, and flexible solutions for the companies. So basically what you do, you choose the coach you would like to work with. And after the coaching session, you have some exercises which you should do in your mobile application to continue implementing the things that you worked out with the coach. And then you have a application to chat with the coach if you have some questions and would like to solve your problems. So what is good about this service is that they measure all the things which they implement. And so we get the real value not by just reviews like, oh, this was amazing, it was so helpful, I'm happy to talk with the coach and so on, but by tracking the exact results and tracking how they change before working with the coach and after working with the coach. And so what they do, they also do for certified coaches, work with certified coaches, explain why coaching is important, and that's it. So this is one type of services. They focus more on one-on-one coaching and implementation of the practices which you had with the coach. Then the next service, it's a little bit different. It's called Coach Me. And they are focused on the individual coaching. So they almost don't work with organization, and they evolved from the habit tracker. So like you wanted to implement a new habit and you use the application to track if you do it today or not. And then they added personal coaches, and what differs them from the other services is that they help you to find the habit coaches for a specific habit. Like if you want to grow your mindfulness or productivity or have better sleep, better writing, and so on. And they also have traditional coaches, so which are focused on business, relationship, fitness, productivity, and so on. So here you can see the information about the coach, like their profiles in the main social media, and choose what kind of work you want to do with the coach. So the next service is totally different from the previous ones. They started as a coaching for as a trainings for organizations, and then moved to AI chatbot for organizations. The service is called Panda Training. The founder is from Finland, and so they work mostly with organizations in Scandinavia. And the idea is that they don't provide one-on-one coaching services, but they help employees to set the strategy and the plan they would like to implement, and then have one-on-one conversation using AI coaching. So they analyzed a lot of information from the coaches and from the employees, and developed some common answers on the common problems. Like, for example, if employee says that, oh, I'm in stress, and Panda Training gives some recommendations how he can reduce the stress. Or if he says that I have a problems with another employees, so he gets an advice how to deal with other people in a team. And they also collect data to analyze it and make better solutions in the future. So they won several hackathons, and now, as I know a founder personally, so they grow quite fast, and this is another good thing, like not only personal coaching, but also AI coaching. The key the key preference of this kind of coaching is that it's much cheaper than the personal coach. And for the companies who can't allow themselves to pay for the coach, they may use this application. Of course, it can't totally exchange the work with a live professional coach, but it's better than nothing. And so from my point of view, if something promotes the mental health for employees in the world, it is good, and we can see different types of these kind of services. So the next one, it's called Profi.io. Before, you could know them as Aware Now. And this is also a coaching platform for executive, life, health and wellness, sports, and other coaches. So they unite a lot of fields in one application. And so they combine solo coaches, teams, and coaching organizations. And it's mostly for the coaches because they help coaches to use multiple tools inside the application. So, for example, you can set your timetable, which is, as I'm a coach too, it's a big problem, like to discuss the time of a session and the application which we use. And this kind of services like Calendly or Profi, they help to save a lot of time, because we should spend our time on working with the clients, not on setting the time of the session. Then the video coaching software, which is also good because, for example, some of the people, they have problems using Zoom or other services. They are not familiar how to do it. And when you get a platform where it's easy for them, it's a big preference. And then if you have some group programs or which you want to teach, you can also add it to the platform. Okay, the next one I want to tell you about, it's called Lidx. And it's also, this platform also uses AI for coaching and macro learning. So as we all know, the macro learning is one of the key trends in the modern world, because we get too much information every day, and it's hard for the brain to analyze all this information. So when we can get some short lessons helping to develop the exact skills that we need, it speed up the process of learning. And instead of listening to 3 5 hours lectures as we did before, you can just watch 10 minutes video, then do some exercise which we see in the video, and we get some skill. We start to train skill. Of course, so we don't become professionals straight away, but we make the first steps. And this first step may become the basis of the new habit, which you can later implement on the everyday basis. And step by step, by implementing new habits, you can radically transform your life. So they also have this idea that every manager deserves a coach, and have this AI powered AI answering the questions. They also measure results. So as you understand, it's very important when you work with the organization is to measure the results, so that the head of HR or training and development in the company can understand why they should pay for this kind of service. If you don't measure, they will just stop paying at some moment. And also, it's a good advice for you if you work as a coach, track the results of your clients, and show them these results. So help them to see what changed in their life after working with you. And when people and when your clients pay attention to the changes that they have made with your help, they would like to continue the coaching sessions. Okay, the next service, it's called Torchio. It's a little bit different. It's not about the coach, but it's like a digital learning platform for organizations. But they also provide some leadership coaching for the clients. And again, we see that it's data-driven personalization as the first thing which they put your attention. And also top-tier coaching, mentor community, and so on. So what is the difference with this platform is that they combine coaching, mentoring, digital learning, and admin tools. This is a question for me, like what is better, to create a platform which focuses only on one thing, or create a platform which allows to combine different kind of things? So personally, I haven't found the answer yet. So we can see later which of this platform will survive and have a better growth in a more specialized one, or which provide wider type of services. Okay, the next one. Oh, the next one, actually, I'll show you one of the platform which does not exist anymore. They started as peer-to-peer education for the founders. So the idea is that founders of startups have a lot of things which they share with each other, and it's better if they do it together. If they teach each other, then they just go to some accelerator or other program, and they connected the founders one founder with another. And so, for example, one founder is specialized on organizational management, and the other one has a huge experience in customer development. And they exchange by the knowledge and the skills to get better results for everyone. I don't know exactly the reason why they shut down the product. Mm, Probably because of the business model. The business model didn't work, so they collected around 200 members from different countries, and the business model was that you pay $50 for months of use of the platform, and maybe they didn't have enough money for the traffic, or it was not sustainable, so the project doesn't exist anymore. The name, it's called Growth Club. Growthclub.online. You can check it. Thank you for a comment. Yes, I'm happy that this review helps you to know more about the coaching services. And the last one, which I wanted to show you, it's called Ginger. Ginger is one of the biggest platform. Originally, it's from the US, and now they became even bigger because they work together with Headspace now. Have joint venture with Headspace, and Headspace, I'm sure that you know, it's the application for meditation. They have more than $1 billion evaluation right now, so it's a unicorn, one of the first unicorns in the mental space field. And I personally love Headspace very much. Like, I started to use them in 2016 and passed all the courses which they have. I don't know, 30 or 40 courses. So this is a good news that like the mental health platforms unite with each other to provide even better value for their customers. So they provide on-demand mental health support for their clients, and I have a special application, and they provide both behavioral therapist help, then meditation, and even psychiatrist consultation, which is quite rare in the workspace, because for a lot of people, they are scared to talk to psychiatrists. And so it's they help to explain that it's normal to consult the psychiatrist. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. And I'm sure for the employees who, for example, suffer from depression, it's very important to be able to get professional help from the psychiatrist instead of working with psychologists for a long time with no result. Okay, so this was the short review of all the, not all the, but the coaching platforms which I personally found. I did a lot of research to find all the platforms, but probably could miss some. So if you know any other platforms, you can let me know. I'll analyze them and add to the future presentations. And now I would like to tell you a little bit about the platform which me and my team are creating right now, and also about myself. Yeah, sorry, I was so much interested into telling you more values that I forgot to introduce myself. So let me do a short introduction. Okay, so first of all, I'm the founder of the Find Coach. This is a platform which helps you to find the certified coach. Then I'm a coach for entrepreneurs myself. So I focused on working with the founders of the startups and help them to grow their business and to find the balance, because as from my business experience, I know that a lot of founders, they're burned out, and the stress which they feel during the launch of the startups it's very hard to handle it. So that's why they need a special help, and sometimes they don't even recognize it. But I'm happy to see that among founders whom I know, and following the news and the interviews of the famous founders, we see that more and more of them work with coaches and psychologists, and they tell about it and promote the mental health support all around the world. So also, as we are in the unit community, I think a lot of people here are into crypto. So what I personally do, I invested the projects at the early stages before they are listed at the exchange. So I do it through IDO, ICO, launchpads, and private investment. And I see it as more sustainable than buy something from the market, because usually at the market the price is already much higher than you could get at the early round. Then I'm a psychotherapist, so I've studied transactional analysis. I think you've heard of it. It was created by Eric Berne, or at least most of you should read the book, like the games people play. And I was a speaker at TechStart, Startup Show, and Media Metrics Radio. So came from the entrepreneur world, and combined my entrepreneur skills and the coaching skills into the platform. So what is the main idea of the platform? Is to connect the coaches with the clients. So we would be focused more on personal coaching, even though you've seen that some of the platforms, they provide AI solutions, but from my experience, nothing can exchange the personal coaching. So that's why we will focus on it. And we will take only certified coaches, and the important thing is to explain what the coaching is, because the problem is that a lot of people, instead of coaching, they think that, oh, we can go to astrologist or Vedic psychologist or wherever, which is not bad maybe, but it's not a coaching. And people have a wrong understanding of this term, and that's why we want to explain what the real coaching is, and help them to find a professional which they can work on, and see how much value he adds to their lives. Then the very important thing is the mechanism of finding a coach. So when you request to find a coach, you would like to get the best specialist, because if you're for the first time and you get the wrong specialist, probably you will never come back to coaching later, or it may take you a couple of years. So that's why we analyze a lot of information from the coaching sessions and from the people service to understand how they choose the coach, what is the most important thing, and what helps coaches to provide the best results for their clients. And analyzing it, we using the machine learning will help people to find the most appropriate coach. And we also will have different specializations. So the main one will be business and life coaching, because in my opinion, for the business coaching, it's very important to have a real business experience. And because the coaches who had real business experience before, they can talk the same language with the founder. They know the problems which founders had before, and they can help them to get much better results. And what is interesting is that one of the key markets we want to address is Indonesia, because I live in Bali, and I explore the Indonesian market and see that it's maybe 10 years before the developed markets in terms of the startups which exist here. And so, but the market is growing really fast. So maybe Indonesia is the new China. And of course, like people here also, they need mental health support. And so that's why we want to launch the platform here and see how it goes. So if my presentation was useful for you, you can definitely share your review here, share your feedback here. And if you are interested in helping to develop and create the Fine Coach, you can contact me via one of these via the Telegram, WhatsApp, Instagram, or Gmail, wherever you use. And now I think we have just maybe 2-3 minutes for the questions. So I would be happy to answer them. Okay, I think the time is running out. So thank you very much for the feedback, especially like you're the true humble being. I'm happy to hear it. And I give a space for the next speaker. Thank you, and see you afterwards.
Thank you so much for that overview from all the different coaching platforms. That's actually very useful, especially in a world where coaching is often misunderstood and also very diverse in different cultures as well. So thank you so much for the overview.